Now let's get back to Israel. We're going to talk about the media bias as well. But before that, let's watch a statement by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, seemingly very upset after French President Emmanuel Macron has urged a halt to arms deliveries to Israel, which has been criticized over the conduct of its war on Gaza. Where is this coming from? Well, because obviously the French have designs for Lebanon, and those designs get fucked up if Israel also has designs for Lebanon.
I have a message for President Macron. Today, Israel is defending itself on 7 fronts against the enemy.
So did ISIS form out of the Mujahideen? Is that what Hasan is talking about? No. Yes and no.
Of civilization. We're fighting in Gaza against Hamas, those savages who murdered, raped, beheaded, and burned our people on October 7th. We're fighting in Lebanon against Hezbollah, the most heavily armed terror organization in the world, which was planning and even...
Why does he have a message for the French in English? Like, why is there no one translating this message to French for the Israeli Prime Minister's office? Do they not have any French translators in Israel? There are plenty of French Israelis that speak French. You know, what the f***'s going on there? What's happening? I hate to be that guy, but I think you forgot to run the ads. Never hate to be that guy. You are correct. I did forget to run the ads. I'm running it now.
Even greater massacre than October 7th on our northern border, and that has rocketed Israeli towns and cities for nearly a year.
Wait, Hezbollah has done an even greater massacre than Hamas did? That's crazy. How many people did they kill? That's wild. I didn't realize they killed 1,200 people, including like 400 military members of the military.
We're fighting against...
apparently they're planning. They were planning it. Yeah, well, so was Hamas, and you didn't really give a shit about that planning, did you?
Houthis in Yemen and the Shiite militias in Iraq and Syria that together have launched hundreds of drones and missile attacks against Israel. We're fighting against terrorists in Judea and Samaria who are trying to murder civilians in the heart of our cities.
That's the West Bank. He's saying we're fighting in the West Bank, territory that we illegally occupy, against people who are like, hey man, this is my home. Maybe you shouldn't do that.
And we're fighting against Iran, which last week fired over 200 ballistic missiles directly at Israel, and which stands behind the 7-front war against Israel. As Israel fights the forces of barbarism led by Iran, all civilized countries should be standing firmly by Israel's side. Yet President Macron and some other Western leaders are now calling for an arms embargo against Israel. Shame on them. Is Iran imposing an arms embargo on Hezbollah, on the Houthis, on Hamas, and on its other proxies? Of course not. The axis of terror stands together. But countries who supposedly oppose...
It's so funny when these motherfuckers, the axis of terror stands together. It's like, bro, for everyone with eyes to see, you and America and all of the regional partners are the real axis of terror. The numbers on the board, these guys don't touch the madness that you conduct in the region, like the death and the destruction that you engage with in the region. It is so funny to be like, these guys, they are terrorists, they're doing terror. It's like, okay, bitch, what are you doing then? Like, is there a different term for what you're doing? Because what you're doing is worse, like significantly worse in terms of the numbers. I don't give a if there's like, in his mind, if there is justification for it, that doesn't mean anything. Do you understand? Like, people are so ridiculous about this. They're like, oh, Hasan, you don't understand. Israel good, Israel's enemies bad. Duh. Oh, okay. I didn't... Oh shit, dude, didn't realize that was the way that you were operating, you know?
Oppose this terror axis, call for an arms embargo on Israel. What a disgrace. Well, let me tell you this. Israel will win with or without their support, but their shame will continue long after the war is won. For in defending ourselves against this barbarism, Israel is defending civilizations against those who seek to impose a dark age of fanaticism on...
Like, he just keeps saying that we're fighting against barbarism. We're fighting against these barbarians. Like, oh my God. It's just like, it's truly demonic Nazi shit. I don't know. I don't know how people still don't see it. Like,
on all of us. Rest assured, Israel will fight until the battle is won, for our sake and for the sake of the peace and security of the entire world.